Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Okay, I seem to be a bit sniffly and extremely hot. Had a cracking headache last night. It's still lingering a little bit. It might be because I only had 3 cups of coffee yesterday, although I'm showing 2. Was it 2? Was it 3? 3. Okay, let's have a look and see why I feel I'm stammering and why it's extremely hot. It feels like it's at boiling point. What's this that's come up? Okay. Woo! But I've like just now what's come up. Oh, okay. Let's get rid of that. Has everything disappeared? Let's just pull some cards. Let's see what the energy's looking like. Okay. I've got to remember to drink my greens. I'm on a bit of a juice and coffee diet, and I'm just looking at this. It's got lots of lime in it and lemon. That's my daughter's concoction. Celery I know went in. Kale. What else went in? Spinach, parsley. Let's get some cards while I talk about juicing. Oh, and lemon. I think there's ginger in there. Lime. Anyway, I've been told to drink my greens. So, and cut down on my coffee. Let's have a look at what's going on. The crowning of Eve is a resurrection. I'm not really channeling at the moment. Okay, I seem to have cooled down a bit. Okay, so the underlying energy is the Chariot. I've not channeled any of this as of yet. I feel really dazed. What's going on? We've got a resurrection. Okay, so I just can't read into the story just looking down there. So we're going to have to channel as we go. The Chariot. The resurrection. Okay, let's do this. I'm to tell you about the story of Avalon. Okay, I don't know much about Avalon, but I did do some research the other day because I was interested to know what Avalon, where Avalon was, and so I'm just going to tell you this story and of what I can remember. Okay, because I will just like go to Wikipedia. Okay, have a look at the legends. So do it yourself, Avalon. Okay, and Glastonbury came up, the Isle of Man came up. It came up that Excalibur, King Arthur's sword, was forged there. It's also meant to be the resting place that King Arthur went to, and I believe there may have been 9, as in divine feminines there, that cared and nurtured for, I believe it's kind of like after the battle and before the resurrection. There you go. Is that all I've got to tell you about Avalon? Yes. There you go. Okay, so here's the moving on card now. Oh, I'm looking forward to today's story. Oh, maybe this is going to Avalon. I'm not sure. A resting place where you find that you're comforted and cared for. We must be on some kind of track because we've got the kind of like the divine feminine, the divine masculine card here. So this is really coming in. I want to say like the calling, calling the masculines to kind of to comfort now, to comfort the divine masculine's energy. It's like their retreat. So I'm just picking up on like kind of it's an island. And I feel that this is where you're safe and protected. It's the World card, so really about completing cycles. I want to say taking that resting period. Hi Lily. Treacle on the lap if you want to. Okay, good girl. Okay, can you lay down now? Enough room? Awesome. We'll come back to that card. No, I feel that this is when I wasn't too sure about the story about King Arthur, okay, in the resting place, and I didn't go too much into that. I was just kind of scanning it, and things were just jumping out in my research. And it was a card that we had the other day where the two gentlemen were turning the boat over and they were attaching the fairies' purple wings and they were off to Avalon. And that's why I was kind of like, well, where's Avalon? And I sang it as well. So, Avalon, I believe this could be, you know, where you regain your confidence, your because you're surrounded by these feminines, okay, so the essence of the divine feminine. It's where you become so nurtured that you kind of regain all your self-worth, your self-belief. So it's like the resting spot. Okay, let's go on to the next row here. I'm going to come to that Chariot card in a moment. Lily, it's reminded me of your Tower, the Chariot card, with a little bit of ginger thrown in there. It's just the black and white here. Anyway, okay. Pop your towel down, darling. We have the masculine's energy here. This is the independent, okay. So it's the fulfillment of wishes. I feel this is showing the divine masculine really all his wishes coming true. It's like he can just kind of sit back. That's interesting. I said maybe that there were 9 feminines. So, and I'm feeling here as if these are attributes that the divine masculine here can actually just witness now. And I feel it's something to do with this solitude of... there is this feeling of prove me right, but this is a smug look on the divine masculine's face. So I believe it's really kind of time for the divine feminine is going to kind of come in and really nurture the divine masculine and I want to say rebuild his confidence, because we've got your hair on the table. That's what we've got, haven't we? Okay, we've got the Emperor here. So we kind of want the Emperor to, he's got his stress ball there. And he's stressful. It's just about kind of taming. Taming the beast is coming out, so I have to say what kind of comes out. But he's watching. He is watching. Okay, what am I picking up on this card? Just waiting for your ships to come in. So it's like evidence, I want to say, maybe. It's that feeling of, is this too good to be true, though? And then we have the kind of discussion, secrets, enlightenment. Or I feel very much a lot of late night conversations. This will be the process. Which a lot of healing does go on, because our lives are so kind of, you know, in the 3D throughout the day, that actually the only time really you can get a decent kind of conversation is probably when the world's quite still. Now, the Chariot here. What was I going to say about the Chariot? Oh, yesterday. I said that the Divine Feminine looked ready and the Divine Masculine looked ready. And I said, and so does the Charioteer. So I believe that this is the universe now going, like taking the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine into The Hours of Solitude. Very weird how this reading's coming out, but okay, that's the channeling. Woo. Let's get, I've got the Everyday Tarot here, so Lily, do you want to lay down, darling? We're going to use these. Okay. Now, have I got these up the right way? Let's check first. No. Okay, I'm not even going to look to see what that card is. Let's clarify this Ace of Swords, the Resurrection. The Resurrection of the Lovers. Okay. So they're coming together now. Seriously. You can't really seriously do that, can you? It's like she's protecting the reading. The Queen of Sheba here. Come on. Come on. Right, I'm going to pick you up. Good girl. Everyday challenges. Okay. The Resurrection of the Lovers here. Okay, so we're talking about coming together. Look, it's like the Garden of Eden. And I feel here like these could be kind of fans, and it's like maybe fanning the flame. It does look like two hands maybe as well. Okay, that's with the Resurrection card. Let's clarify this moving on. Moving on to Avalon. I'm seriously going to call the reading that. We only need the one card to do the reading. But it's fun. It's fun playing with the cards. That's what they are. They're fun. So moving on to Avalon. The Hangman. I just feel it's a resting place. So I've talked about, you know, the Garden of Eden. And I feel the Divine Masculine is going to be able to just be able to chill out, become more enlightened. There's going to be no pressure. And it's just going to be moments of solitude. And then I want to say moments of discussion, enlightenment, nurturing. Calmer waters. Six of Swords is about moving on to calmer waters. I've got the wrong card up. Okay. So let's have a look at this environment, because we've got the Four of Wands, which is, I mean, this card's been coming up, come on, every day. And interesting that we haven't actually been seeing spiritual union too much, the Two of Cups, and I feel that's because the spiritual union's already kind of taken place. Now we're talking about the lovers, the intensity of this love, going back to maybe the purity of Adam and Eve. It's definitely to do with this, you know, tranquil environment where you are celebrated and everybody's kind of listened to, and everyone respects each other and gives people the time and the space, and it's just a very loving community. Oh, this reading's beautiful. Okay. I'm very intrigued to see what the oracles are going to come out with. It's the World card. We're just about to move on to that now. So maybe I'm feeling that these are hands and they're all united. All the fixed signs are here. Where everybody wants to heal the world rather than wanting to rule it. That's what's coming through. The Eight of Swords. I'm actually clarifying the World card. This was the protective kind of I'm going to get another card on this. We've got the Eight of Swords. There's a feminine here with the World card. But she's bound. Oh, okay. It's an agreement. It's a commitment. It's her responsibility. So it's like her role to be the nurturer. With the Eight of Swords here. I'm still going to get another one. Communication, relocation. This card's thrown me. I spoke Queen of Wands. I spoke about this protective bubble. It's where you're going to feel protected. This island. That's what I said, this island. And then we have... oh, okay. The water's here, and we're talking about an island, and it's like this is an island, a sacred island. This island's not known of, or this place, this sanctuary. Okay, it's not kind of known of, it's a protected space. So, okay, this is really good. I like this story, okay. It's like you don't know where you're going. It's like, okay, you're hooded there, and then you're blindfolded, and then you kind of enter into this environment, but you don't quite know how you got there. Divine guidance, the Eight of Swords, but I'm picking up on this island and being on the edge here. But then there's a protection of the swords. She's kind of bound and blindfolded. So it's a place that Divine will guide you to. You need to use your senses to get there. And then we've got the Queen of Wands. Well, I had about the communication, the travel, just things happening quickly. There's two, I'm going to call them doves here. Two birds of peace. And it does look like maybe they're heading in the same direction, okay? These arrows are always these wands, but arrows are due to land. And it looks like they're going to land in the same spot. And then we have the Queen of Wands. It feels like the Divine Feminines, they're already kind of waiting. So I feel it's the Divine Masculine that's going to kind of find his way here. It's like maybe she's waiting on the outskirts, because I felt that this might be, they might just land in slightly different locations and then just need to maybe use their senses to find each other. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to watch back. I'm not sure what's coming out of my mouth, but I quite like putting together the story. Let's have some greens. Let's have some greens. Must persevere. It's 11:01. 02 now. It is very refreshing. I think it's a ginger and the celery. Okay, let's look at this Six of Wands. Now, I was feeling then that actually he's going to find his way, and there's the reward, recognition. It's kind of like, oh, I feel like Divine Feminine is kind of saying you found your way here. You know, you kind of... Is this, I can't believe you're here. And this here with the two, I want to say birds of peace here, and that's maybe because you've been coming from different directions. So let me get a card for this Six of Wands. Queen of Cups, very receiving. It's like all her dreams coming true. Maybe somewhere over the rainbow. It's like she's definitely twinkling there. That's a very happy, receptive queen. I picked up on the smug energy of kind of, I want to say, maybe delve in. I was going to use my cursor then too much, but you can't see that. But to point out all the cups. I need a pointer. Okay. Different emotions. Sorry, very distracted. So different emotions could be maybe displayed and spoken about. It's definitely this of being able to discuss things. So let's pull a, and it really is to soften up the Emperor. Knight of Pentacles. So he comes in with a long-term offer and then he receives the love. Ooh, he comes with flowers. Why am I looking at the bottom? Seven of Swords. It's kind of that sneaky behaviour here. So he's coming. The smugness. In comes the offer. And this is somebody returning when the love has matured. If you have a look, there's a distance. In the distance is a house, but it looks like they're actually inside their own castle. That's where you find your space. So maybe it's a divine masculine who might be offering a retreat or the time, just the time. Here's a divine masculine in his Emperor role. Okay, let's have a look what card then. He's not sure. It's like things are stressing him out a little bit. He's definitely got a fire in his belly. And he's looking out the corner of his eyes. Okay. What's going on, Mr. Emperor? Two of Cups. There it is. Spiritual union. I said it hadn't come up because it's already been acknowledged. And I think that the divine masculine has to deal with this now. The fact is, very much understanding that it's a spiritual connection, and now actually bringing it into a physical connection. So waiting for the right time, waiting maybe for the right opportunity to come along, waiting for your ships to come in. I spoke about, you know, a getaway maybe, waiting for the ship to come in. With the Chariot here, kind of being ready, but you're waiting for the Charioteer, so divine to actually, you know, bring this together. So for there to be that urge, that nudge, just that knowing. It's a knowing without knowing, but you're kind of certain. The universe just gives you that push and says, you know, go for it. And obviously, being the Chariot card, it's off to triumph and an adventure. Leaving things in the past. Looks like two kingdoms there being left. That makes me feel as if like life is a stage. So we have the Emperor here. I said he's, you know, maybe this spiritual connection is, you know, actually starting to weigh on him and stress him out. So let's look at this waiting. So there's two wands this side, which could be want to say his and the divine feminines. He has he's kind of, this is interesting because he's in the lead here. His hand is kind of on his own wand, okay, on his own passion, and he's waiting, okay, for the kind of, I don't know, the nudge. It's a bit like the Fool, isn't it? Taking that leap of faith. Behind him is another wand, and I believe that's the divine feminines. Okay, wand behind the divine masculine all the way. She's just invisible. That's the spiritual connection. And then you see the third wand here. I reckon that's the Chariot. That's the one that's going to give the divine masculine a push, and the divine feminine would just kind of follow suit because, well, she's got the divine masculine's back. There you go. Wow. I love how I'm reading into these cards. We've got two here. Why are we upside down? Come on, turn around. Page of Swords. It's quite funny. I think it's quite funny. Okay, so I said that the divine masculine here is holding this first kind of wand here, and I felt it was a bit like the Fool, and like you needing to kind of just take flight, and we've got the kind of angel wings, the wings on the sandals here, waiting to take flight. He's kind of looking behind him, and then we have here, and again he's looking behind him as if he feels that, you know, maybe people are watching him, like kind of sensing the divine feminine and divine on his back. So comes in well with what I think I was saying. So look at this, conversations. Long, deep conversations, and it's like a three-way here. This is really about, you know, opening up to the connection and talking about it. I felt here there's a lot about actually the divine masculine wanting to know about, you know, how the divine feminine connects with divine. It's a very inquisitive here, with the masculine looking at the divine feminine, and she's, you know, looking up for guidance. So let's get a clarifier. Still upside down. Okay, let's just turn them up the right way. So now we have there's a feeling that, Lily, do you want to get down from there, please? I don't really know what you're in search for up there. Hey. Ace of Swords in reverse. We're going to take them. What are you doing? Sorry, I've got to sort this pussycat out. Come out of the sink, please. I know. Go and cause some mischief somewhere else, thank you. Let's read what these cards are. The Moon. So I said that this was this chatty energy, and I feel it could be about, you know, kind of resurrecting. So talking about how actually, you know, the divine masculine, divine feminine are going to be doing this, because the opening kind of cards are the resurrection, discussing the resurrection. Got the Tower. With the divine feminine. Let me have a look, because these could actually be topics of discussion. The Tower, 3 windows there, a flame. There is a feminine. Whether that's the divine feminine or not, I'm not sure. The moon, again, it's talking. Maybe communication over the telephone. They're not kind of on the same turf. But I believe that that stream there is guidance. They're talking about something. Someone maybe might be listening in. Or maybe they're talking about this. I'm not sure. They're discussing something, but there's a stream here that's kind of between them. Two of Wands. Someone's planning. It's like she's, I want to say, well, she's up on the top of her castle, isn't she? She's looking out. It's like she was wondering. Okay, so I believe that this is really the Divine Masculine may be telling the Divine Feminine about actually what's been going on. The Divine Feminine's kind of saying, I was wondering, I kind of, Eight of Pentacles, this is the Divine Feminine really working on her own towards her craft, the Magician, spirituality, or I feel a one-man band, the Sun, that's the Divine Masculine coming in, I want to say with enlightenment. How many more? The Strength, wanting the compassion, the comfort of the Divine Feminine. Maybe coming in slightly unbalanced. I'd say maybe the crossovers happened across the stream. Stepping into unknown territory maybe. A bit unbalancing. It's in between there. The Chariot. Everyone's just waiting. Life is a stage. It's definitely setting the scene. How many more? Okay, this one wants to be upside down. Four of Wands. Come on. Setting the scene. So it's like it's got to be perfect. So setting the scene. The scene's not quite... the vision isn't quite complete yet. I believe that's what the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine will be discussing. Setting the date. So it could be marriage involved. Divine Masculine is unhappy, okay, but these three cups are up. So I feel that maybe there's been some order within emotions, I want to say. And he is actually, you know, kind of contemplating that cup now. Normally, you know, it's really up high and it's being ignored, this cup. But again, he's under that tree, just resting. So it very much says here, it is the Divine Masculine. No one's putting any pressure onto the Divine Masculine. It is being offered. It's like love is being offered. Let's have a look at this final card of this story. The Five of Cups. So it looks like there's three cups here that are still knocked over. And the Divine Masculine is still maybe guarded. The two are here. I do believe here, turn around. This is where he finds his comfort. Spiritual union's been behind him the whole time, supporting him, I want to say, throughout his challenges. And if he turns around, he can walk this way and over the bridge here. Maybe onto the island. Okay. Woo. How long did that take? It's very interesting. I do love doing this. 34 minutes and 50 seconds. 10 of Pentacles. You couldn't really ask for a lovelier card, really, for the underlying energy. It's the legacy. It's where you feel safe, secure. That tree is within with your own kind of the boundaries, the walls of your land. So, and there's the archway there. Okay, let's get some oracle cards. Let's stick with coffee. I'm going to start with the angel prayers. Oh, most definitely. I feel that there's kind of like the divine feminine is, the divine masculine is very much feeling the divine feminine and divine on his back, spiritually. And I think it's driving the poor man insane. Okay, so let's get to a message. And clear your vibes. Archangel Metatron. Thank you, Metatron, for clearing my energy field. You are being guided to clear your life of any harsh, negative, or challenging energy. It's time to make way for positive energy in your life, and the only way you can do this is by clearing your aura, body, and energy. Surround yourself with positive people and uplifting environments. The expanded interpretation. The angels are encouraging you to call on them to help you clear your life of anything that's getting between you and inner peace. Clear any clutter from your home, office, car, and anywhere else you spend time. When you clear clutter in your life, you clear psychic clutter from your energy. And when you clear your energy, you open yourself up to more abundant and spiritual experiences. So it's about being within that right environment, and you're going to be able to connect with the right people. You're going to be able to connect to source, and I feel this is really the divine masculine, divine feminine doing that together, actually in the physical, not just spiritual. So however that kind of manifests in the 3D, whether that is a conversation, messages, text messages, something in the kind of physical evidence rather than just the spiritual. Okay. So Archangel Metatron. Metatron is one of the few angels who have walked the earth as a human being. So he knows more than the other angels what it can be like to be challenged by people and situation. His name means the throne next to God. And he has a special connection with the current era as he represents the new energy and the connections that are opening up to the other worlds and heaven. He is the angel who can help us connect with the wisdom of God in our daily life. So I made mention about how our daily lives can be quite hectic because, we still have to function. We can't just fly high. So just this kind of connecting. And I want to say really it's definitely these deep conversations throughout the night is definitely coming up. It's chatty energy. Okay, clear your vibes. Now let me see what else I have. What's going to jump out? Archangel guidance, Archangel oracle cards. I can't believe how many cards came out for the moon now. That's a lot of cards. in their own little pile. Okay, let's give these a shuffle. I wondered who it was who was eating, and it's Jasper. I was actually going to say Lily's caked me in her hair, but it's not, it's the boy who's up. Okay. Awoken from his slumber. He's been having a lazy Sunday morning. Oh, it's still morning. Counsellor. Wow. A three-way kind of conversation going on. The divine masculine, divine feminine. The healing that's there, and also bringing in the divine. You are a natural counsellor, and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. Put the figure behind. And I've said about how I believe the divine masculine is very intrigued regarding the divine feminine's kind of connectivity. Let's read Counsellor. Your life purpose involves counselling people in ways that uplift, motivate, comfort, heal, and inspire. You're a true spiritual counsellor, and people find you to be a trustworthy confidant. Expand your counselling work to the next level because you're about to help greater numbers of people. Called upon. Ooh, it's like that was such a stack of cards on the table with. Maybe this is lots of people's problems, okay? Maybe this is kind of like your list of people that you have to kind of help, because my elbow kind of went. Let's find some space for my elbow. Okay, so I feel this is really kind of the divine purpose, okay? Divine partnerships, the power couple. So let me get back to this. Expand your counselling work to the next level because you're about to help greater numbers of people. Called upon me for guidance and support. Now, I know that most definitely a lot of people that are in this divine kind of partnership and maybe not together, especially the divine feminines, they've got busy. Okay, they've got really busy, and it's very natural to do it. People are just, they sort them out in some way, shape or form. It seems to be, you know, we've kind of really settled into this natural counselling role. But what I've also found is the divine masculines also, okay, through their challenging times, have actually come across people that maybe have helped them, or they found that they can help that person, which kind of snaps them out of their own scenario, their own situation. So it's very interesting. I do believe divine masculines as well are being called upon to share their experiences, to kind of grow up, really, and understand that what you've been through is so that you can help others. So you find your inner strength, and then you kind of want others. You really do want others to be able to find this inner strength within them. So it's kind of, if you didn't give up hope on yourself, so no way you're going to give up hope on others. But you've got to be really kind of topped up. So yeah. I have heard a masculine kind of say, the other day say to me, I might as well just be a bloody mentor. He said, I've had enough experience. And I was like, and that's exactly it. That's exactly it. Just do what you're doing. Stop dwelling on your own kind of doom and gloom and go out there and just, you know, share the light. The only way really to heal yourself is to be of service to others. Okay, but it's those quiet nights, isn't it? It's those moments of contemplation when there is no one to kind of help because everyone's settled or in their own thoughts. Um, and many counsellors do. I work very much, into the night, early hours of the morning, because this is when people are very reflective. But then there's times when I have to find my own space. So we all have those moments of solitude, and very much needed. But look at this with the guidance. Let me carry on reading this message. Working with Archangel Azrael. Azrael's name means whom God helps, and he helps those who are helpers. Okay. He's particularly interested in helping counsellors who work with the grieving or dying. Ask Azrael to guide your words and actions during counselling sessions, and he'll help you remain patient and compassionate. He can also help you enter the counselling profession and guide you towards schooling, internships, and a wonderful counselling practice. I think, stop and have a look how far you've come and the knowledge and what you've been through and how proud you are of yourself. And in the end, you probably ended up being your own counsellor, really. Okay, just with, I want to say, with your divine partner, even just spiritually behind you, knowing that. And also just finding your faith within the divine, within God. I'm going to get another one. Victory. Your prayers have been heard and answered, so have faith. You deserve this time of victory. Your unwavering focus and dedication have resulted in blissful manifestation. Peace and pleasant feelings are yours right now. Let your focus be on this present moment and savour each feeling and experience fully. Know that the future is taken care of in a positive way as you allow yourself to enjoy the present moment. Feel good about who you are and know that your success benefits others. Regain Avalon. We're going back to Avalon. That's all. I'm not going to pick up any cards. We're going back to Avalon. Yep, that's cool. Oh, that's awesome. I'm just going to say that now. Off to Avalon. Working with Archangel Sandalphon. Hey, so we have Archangel Metatron, and then we've got the other Archangel who was a human. So they kind of know how it works down here. Like, especially, I want to say what you men are like. So, working with Archangel Sandalphon. Sandalphon is one of two archangels who were mortal men who lived such remarkable spiritual lives that they ascended into archangeldom. The other one is Metatron. Sandalphon can help your life be a masterpiece as well. So you've got both of them. Ask him to help you live in integrity with your spiritual gifts of prophecy, healing, and manifestation fully awakened. It's just living your knowing, living your true source. Living your true source. Okay. That can be taken so many ways. Living your true source, as in just come from this place of source. Live into it. So just be in the now, enjoy the present moment, and actually live into the source of this. And when you're living your true source, I think that I don't know what I'm doing. I might just be repeating myself now. So I'm going to get back to this card. Sandalphon can help you speak your truth openly in a way that benefits everyone. He'll also help you appreciate all the miracles and victories of every size in your life. It's like take stock. Victory. I'm not going to get another one from there. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, angels and ancestors. Yeah, we'll have one of. I wasn't going to use these cards that much this week, but they're here, so let's use them. We're going to have to wrap up this reading, I think, soon. I think we might have to end on a roomy message. Let's see what card wants to come out from the angels and ancestors. Okay, time for some greens. It's 11:33. I don't know how long I've been on for. Woo! It's the aftertaste. It's the ginger and lime. That's a good cleanse. Okay. Hunter, track down your fears and desires. We've had this one out, haven't we? Last week, was it? Let's read this. Track down all of your fearful thoughts and feelings, and when you find them, you will find your desires too. The Hunter card is based on my favourite Celtic god, Cernunnos. He is the stag god of the wild and represents both the hunted and the hunter. Similarly, oh, I can never say these bloody words. Similarly, it's not even how you say it, I know. Okay. The hunter helps you connect with the energy that is both fearful and fearless. Your fears are the only things that are standing between you and what you desire at this time. So you have to come face to face with them, as the hunter does with wild animals, and go beyond them. Extended message. Instead of being hunted down by your fears or other feelings that you have buried, become the hunter. You are being given confidence and strength at this time, so use your power to make a difference. You are not here to cower away or live in the shadows. You are here to realise your fullest potential, but this can only occur when you step up and do what needs to be done. When this card arises, there could be an opportunity to face an aspect of your past or bring closure to a situation that has been haunting you. If you are a man or identify as male, this card represents your masculinity and an opportunity to know yourself more deeply. And if you are a female or identify as female, this card represents your capacity to be strong and powerful and overcome limitations. Wow, there's a joint partnership there with the male and female. Okay. Should we see what's going on with the Divine Feminine? I think so. Let's pull a Divine Feminine card and see what card actually wants to come out. How she's vibrating. There you go. Because it seems that she's vibrating very high with the Magician's energy, with the universe. So I'm intrigued to see what card wants to come out. I need to make some room. Just pop them on there. Give these a shuffle. Okay, let's see what the energy is around the Divine Feminine then. I just keep seeing the Cosmic Egg. I think that's what it's called. I don't know if it comes up, but Lilita, the Red Goddess. Playfulness is the spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. These lovely butterflies here. Playfulness. Playfulness is a spiritual power. So I'm trying to think of this island, okay, in Avalon, and laughter leads me back to the light. So yesterday was very much about kind of this energy of boredom, of being kind of bored of the drama, and just actually wanting to just be uplifted, have some fun. So Lolita, whereabouts are you in here? 88. That's that infinity symbol. A double whammy of it. 88. Okay. It's infinite potential with infinite potential create this third energy. So let's read what Lolita would like to tell us. Lolita represents the spontaneity that graces a heavy moment and reminds us that joy is a powerful spiritual practice. Okay. Lalita Tripura Sundari is a Hindu deity known as the Red Goddess because of her connection to desire. She is often depicted sitting on a lotus with 16 petals, known as the fulfiller of all desires. Wow, the fulfiller of all desires. That's Divine Masculine's wishes coming true. And I spoke about, you know, just this kind of this playfulness, as if to say, okay, show me them. She is holding a golden bow that represents the mind, and 5 golden arrows that represent the 5 senses. And the ancient devotional text dedicated to her, the Latina, oh come on, Sahasranamam, is a list of her 1,000 names that fulfills all of the desires of a devotee simply through its recitation. Something about this stack of cards here. Okay, I'm trying not to lose the flow of what I'm saying. So, one of Lolita's many names is she who plays. The Sanskrit word Leela means divine play. The Sanskrit, I always say skirt, the Sanskrit. Listen, letters look very much jumbled up from here. The Sanskrit word Leela means divine play. Lolita loves when her devotees are able to move beyond dualities to the point where we are not separate from what we desire. She loves puja or ritual workshop for this reason, because it moves us from our ideas and thoughts of the divine and into our hearts, where we can experience the divine directly. Tantric sex is coming up massively, as if the divine masculine and divine feminine would definitely be like willing to experiment with that, a real closeness, like a sacred nakedness, so a connection. Okay, I'm going to get back to the card. Lolita is known for her spontaneity and for liberating her devotees with joy. She's the consciousness that comes when we get so caught up in taking ourselves seriously that we forget the profound, simple pleasures like sunlight on our face or the taste of a ripe strawberry. Got so many strawberries yesterday from the market. I love going to the market in town on a Saturday, and then this little kid come up to me as well, this little boy, and his dad went to me, would you like some strawberries? I'm like, no, I've got kind of a boot full of them, but I've already been to the market. But yeah, everyone was trying to give me strawberries yesterday. Strawberries, love it. Okay, so she's the delicious moment when we remember that we don't have to take everything, especially ourselves, so seriously. I did say to the little boy, are you going to melt some chocolate and dunk those strawberries in it? And the parents were like, that's a good idea. I thought, I bet it is. Make use of them strawberries tonight, won't you? They're complaining that they had so many strawberries, and I just think of many ways to use strawberries. So, okay. We don't have to be perfect. or no, I've gone really up into one. Okay, or no mundreds or yoga practices. I'm going to have to go back. It's talking about having experience here, okay? And just playing our way through. And breathe. She's the delicious moment when we remember that we don't have to take everything, especially ourselves, so seriously. We don't have to be perfect, or know the right mantras, or yoga poses, or chant for hours on end. What's divine is inherent in us. It's remembered, not learned. So when your soul selects her card, I'm just going to have a cough. It's got strawberries all over it. I love fresh strawberries. They must have thought that I was on some kind of, I don't know, cooking show. I was just throwing out all these ideas of how you can use strawberries. What do you mean you've got too many? Okay. So answers when your soul selects her card. I've just got to calm down a bit. When I get excited, I talk very fast. And I get very giggly. Oh, okay. When your soul selects her card, answers arrive from disengaging with the energy that created the problem or question to begin with. We so often hold tight to what we desire with a grip that actually inhibits it from arriving. And we often take the soul by the collar and demand to know an answer right now. But when a desire is an imperative, there's an inability to be playful, imaginative and childlike with how and when that desire will arrive. That's a bit of hair that just wants to always stick out, look. Down, boy. Okay. It's 11:44. Let's get back. I feel really chesty. Okay, why am I chesty? I'm wheezing. The secret to desire is holding it lightly. The secret that the Red Goddess knows is that we already have everything we desire. So we can trust that what the soul craves is and always has been ours. This is the levity that sparks a shift, a change, an expansion. This is the moment that we remember we are not separate from what we desire or from the divine. Lolita is that brilliant moment in a fight between lovers or friends when suddenly something mispronounces a word, when suddenly someone mispronounces a word and both crack up laughing. Is that what the chestiness is about? About not being perfect. So this is about laughing with each other. Okay, she's the levity that comes when we loosen our death-like grip on what we think we desire. She's the gorgeous, much-needed reminder that we don't have to suffer our way to what we want most. The path to what we desire and to becoming the soul we need to be in order to receive it can be paved with joy, with divine play, and with a sacred process of lightening up all along the way. Soul voice meditation. How can I add more playfulness to my life right now? And intention. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. That was so true. I like to go into town on a Saturday afternoon, okay, because it's market day. And I like to watch the world go past. And I like that after 1:30 in the afternoon, the market stallers can start shouting, okay, from the greengrocers. And I love that kind of, I actually was behind there yesterday shouting with them. Don't ask. My daughter's kind of like, but I love going out. So lots of things happened yesterday. I'll tell you about them by being in this playful nature. So when I go out, I just seem to be extremely painful, probably for my daughter, painfully playful. Okay, and it's very natural. So I parked up in the car park, and I went to the parking meter, and it was going to cost £2.50. And I looked in my purse, and I just had £1 coins and some £2 coins. And then I had a 20p piece and a 10p piece, so it doesn't give change. So I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, it's quite a quiet car park. Okay, I tend to find the ones that aren't very busy. It's not normally busy where I live anyway. It's a great place to shop at Christmas. There's no queues, and it's like a ghost town after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But let's get back to my parking. So I'm standing at this meter. I left my daughter in the car, so I've gone to pay for a ticket. And I'm thinking, well, either I'm going to lose 50 pence or I need 20 pence. Okay. And it's just like, okay, there's no one. And I just kind of stood there dazed. And then I felt someone was behind me. So I turned around and I said to him, you don't by chance have two 50 pence pieces, do you? Or even a 20 pence piece? And he's like, yeah, I do, but it's in my car. So I'm just going back to my car now. If you want to wait there, I'll bring you it. Okay. So I just stood at the parking meter and he went, I thought, he's walking back to his car and thinking, but why was you standing behind me looking at the prices for the car parking when I didn't realise if he was just nipping back to his car? But he actually kind of, I turned around, he pulled out and he come driving down to me just with this 20 pence, like a knight in shining armour with this 20 pence piece out of his window. And I thought, okay, he's actually going. So I took it and I said, you know, thank you, that's your good deed of the day, thank you so much. And then he kind of was driving into like the pavement. I'm like, watch your tyres. So a nice Mercedes he had, but it was just like people are going out of their way to kind of, but there was no reason for this gentleman to be behind me. He wasn't buying a ticket, he was going. So I feel like he was kind of drawn in for me to ask, and he gave me 20 pence and I could pay for my parking, and fantastic. Then the stores that I went in, they were just all trying to give me discount. When I got to the fruit and veg, you know, it was like kind of under the breath, it's like, no, you can have like 3 of those for like £2 rather than, you know, it was like you can get a bowl of fruits and it's like £1 a bowl. And so, yeah. And I noticed he just chucks me in all this extra stuff. So, fun, laughter, playfulness, people just going out of their way. And then there was Morris dancers. I love Morris dancers. My daughter says, calm down, you want to dance, don't you? And I'm like, So learn to really love, be in the now, go out there and play, and you're amazed at how much life just syncs up for you and it all just works perfectly. And okay. So let's read this soul voice meditation. I'm getting very excited. How can I add more playfulness to my life right now? And the intention is playfulness is spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. Smile and the world smiles with you. It's and it was amazing. It was like you're a beacon, especially light workers at the moment. I'm hearing that from a lot of light workers. Like, so many people are either asking me out or wanting to go out on a date or declaring love, or I'm just like magnetised. Everyone's staring at me, and that's exactly it. It's like you're a magnet of light. You're just beaming it out. I noticed yesterday the people that are just kind of, they walk past you and they're just really fixated on you, and I just kind of smile. And my daughter very much notices it now, but they're used to it. Okay, so sometimes we have to kind of go and find some solitude, even when we're out shopping. Just it's like, mum, turn your back to everyone and just sit, you know, facing the wall. But that's kind of what it's like. So definitely play with it. Definitely allow yourself to be the light. Go and have fun. It uplifts everyone else, and you find yourself just having the most amazing experiences with people. And they just go out of their way just to accommodate, because your light it's rare at the moment. Okay, but all these people take something from you. So let's end on a Rumi message, because I do have to go out again, and we're off to the DIY store today. That's going to be fun. Yeah. Okay. Let's get a Rumi card. Where was you? Is it this one? I'm not sure. Okay, go back in and let's start again. This one. The Cloak of Christ. I spoke about a cloak, haven't I? I'm not going to go and hunt for it, but I'm sure that I did. Okay. In the school of humanity, when you become intimate with God, you reside on the King's throne and teach the angels the nature of the divine. My sacred brother, he who shares my heart and yours, beating as one in harmony with the great unending love, brings you the mantle of his protection. Do you imagine that there is any part of your life, of your body, of your soul that is outside the realm of his divine love and protection? Offer all to him, leave nothing cast aside. He and I together receive you absolutely, without condition now. The compassion born out of your own struggles tempers the karmic weight of divine justice. We have been through the same journey you are taking now, sweet design, sweet divine soul. In oneness with the divine heart, we know of your efforts and your struggles. So what is bestowed upon you now is the restoration of forgiveness, of kindness, of mercy. My sacred brother speaks to you. He shall receive your darkness and your light, the angel of your heart and the demon of your fear. Nothing is greater than my brother's love for you. Nothing is greater than my holy passion for you. Take refuge under the cloak of Christ, the mantle of my sacred brother, and know that you are held in our loving sanctuary. You are tired, beloved. Your soul has been ravaged, inside and out, and you are succumbing to struggle that is not karmic or necessary, but a symptom of fatigue and weariness of heart, mind, body and soul. That which plagues you, whether something specific or a general nagging malaise or anxiety you cannot quite pin down, is not as powerful as you fear. You are being given a grace, here and now, that it may be overcome. Remember, your reactions are a symptom of your exhaustion and a sign that you need respite, sanctuary, and restoration. Avalon. They are not a sign that something must be done, so much as a sign that something must be received and allowed, that something is healing, made possible through divine protection. In this instance, protection is bestowed through the cloak of the Christ. This cloak is a sacred container that places your body and soul within the loving energy of the Christ consciousness. This unconditionally loving energy is not limited to the being bearing its name, but is shared by Rumi and many other holy ones. It is typified by wholeness. There is nothing within you that would cause the Christ to turn away from you, not even those parts of you that may fill you with fear, shame, guilt, or regret. He and Rumi are sacred brothers, loving and supportive of each other, and they see your soul as one of their family, one of their own. You are so loved by them both equally and without measure. Can you allow yourself to take refuge in this knowledge? To feel it, not only as an idea, nourishing as that is, but as a visceral reality where you complete the sacred honour and ritual and allow yourself to feel the peace and receive healing. The knowledge of the Christ's unconditional love for you is a safe space, a place to fall into when you are struggling. It is a sacred container for your healing process, an energetic field that is stronger and more enduring than even the greatest fears or doubts. The purpose of this sacred container is to provide you with a feeling of being held, especially for those times when you are feeling that you cannot hold yourself. Sometimes we just need permission to break down, to really let go, to come apart and be dissembled, so that we can break through, be lifted up, and come together in a new, more spiritual, coherent, and loving form to move forward. For you, this is essential. There is a person, place, thing, or belief that has come to be like a manacle around your wrist or an iron ball and leg iron, preventing you from moving forward with the grace you have earned spiritually. You are being empowered here to shed that. Don't hesitate. Let yourself be cloaked in the Christ energy and receive the spiritual assistance you deserve now. There is a reason for this. The unfolding of your life purpose is taking a turn for the better, and your energy is required to fuel that new life. This is particularly so if you have also drawn the Oracle of Passion for Purpose. Okay, we haven't. Okay, so just remember that whenever we are asked to release something, it is because the divine wishes to fill our hearts and hands with more. Do not hold on to scraps for fear that the feast will be denied to you. Use your nose. Smell the feast awaiting you. Okay, let's do this sacred honouring ritual. Open your arms wide above your head and tip your gaze gently up towards the heavens. If you are inside, imagine or intend that you can gaze beyond the physical structure of the ceiling right into the sky that lies above. Lower your arms to prayer position at your heart and say aloud, if possible, Rumi and Jesus Christ, who love me without condition, offer me the cloak of the Christ, the mantle of divine protection now, that I may receive the karmic grace and healing I need through the power and mercy of your presence. Thank you. Sit quietly and imagine you are surrounded by a dark, comforting cloak. You can easily breathe through it. You can easily see light within it or filtering through it if needs be, or you may feel comfortable in the darkness. Let it be whatever is most relaxing and soothing for you. You may even imagine it to be the night sky, dappled with stars wrapping around you. Close your eyes and relax now for as long as feels good. That may be for a minute, for 15 or 20 minutes or longer. Just be with what feels appropriate and best for you at this time. When you feel you are ready to arise from your rest, simply place your hands at your heart and say thank you. When you feel you are ready to arise from your rest, I've already said this bit, we're going to do it again. An attitude of gratitude. Okay. When you feel you are ready to arise from your rest, simply place your hands at your heart and say thank you. You may notice strong, energetic sensations or emotions during this process or in the day following. You may notice repetitive thought patterns that you need to confront and challenge with more loving thoughts. You may have significant dreams in the evening following also. It may be very subtle for you, so much so that you wonder if anything has happened and if it has worked. It has. The effect will be demonstrated at the right time. Trust. Okay. So let's end on some You Got This cards. Where are they? I know I've had them. Ah. It does get your taste buds going. Okay, let's I have lots of talents. Okay, let's get this that one shuffled in. 100 inspiring quotes, so let's have two. Everything is possible if you've got enough nerve. You are kind, clever and brave. Okay. seriously. Okay, it's time to let them shine. Let it shine. Okay, guys, have a fantastic Sunday. Enjoy your day, and I will catch up with you soon. Take care. Bye for now.